Okay, so today we're going to be talking about division, and it's pretty simple. It's, you remember the multiplication? We just did those lessons, and multiplication is like saying 3 times 3. We have 3 groups with 3 in each group, and so 3 groups of 3 is going to total up to 9. And we know that, and so division is pretty much just the opposite of multiplication. Instead of 3 groups of 3 adding up to 9, we have 9, and we're trying to see if we break our 9 into 3 groups, how many are going to be in each group. And so it would be, that's why I say it's the opposite. You would take your 9, break it up into 1, 2, 3 groups, and then you would see how many are in each group, which is of course 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. And so most of the time, when you're going to work it out, what they call long division, you would have, it's 9 over 3. So we have our 9 inside of this little bracket, got 3 on the outside. And so we're asking ourselves, how many times will 3 go into 9? And this is kind of where you need to have your multiplication down to be able to answer this. Because, you know, in my head, I know I got my multiplication down. I know 3 times 3 is 3. So 3 will go into 9 3 times. So 3 times 3, and you would just put your 9 right here, because that's what 3 times 3 is. So 3 times 3 is 9. So 9 minus 9 is going to be 0. So this is evened out, and our answer is 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And so there are several ways to write a division problem. Most of the time it's going to be like this, 9 over 3. Sometimes it might be 9/3. And you know, this is probably the symbol you've seen the most, just the division, the little dots, the line. And that's still just 9 divided by 3. And then there is the long division like we just looked at, where you have the 9 inside of the bracket and 3, you work it out. But no matter how you write it, whether it's 9 over 3 or slash or division or whatever, it's still sorting a total into a separate amount of groups. And whatever you need to picture to help you works. I mean, whether it's, you know, we caught 9 fish and we're trying to break them up amongst 3 ice chests, or, you know, picking 9 flowers and we got to put them in 3 bouquets, anything like that, any kind of little story that helps you picture it is works. And it's like I said, we have this example right here. And so Mary is getting ready for this art class. And so she has got 80 colored pencils. She got that big Crayola box with 80 colored pencils. And so she's trying to split them up amongst 8 pencil boxes. Maybe she's trying to put her reds together and her blues and her greens, and however she's trying to do it, we know she's got 80 pencils and she's trying to break them up into 8 groups. So we would just do it in a long division like that. And we would have our 80 pencils broken up amongst our 8 groups, and we would just work it out. And so we would see 8 will go into 8. That would just be 1 time, which is 8. And so 8 minus 8 is 0, of course. We have this 80, so we're going to bring the 0 down. And because it's a 0, 8 will go into 0 no times. And so we just put a 0 right there. And now we can double check, because we know 8 times 10 is 80. We know that's right. So like I said, this is where it pays off to know your multiplication, to have that down so that you can double check your work and make sure you did divide right. But once you have that concept down, you can, it works for anything. We can do 1296 divided by 8. We can do that because we know the rules. We know 8 is too big to go into 1. So we can look this way. Let's see, on that page. 8 will not go into 1, but 8 will go into 12 just 1 time. I don't know why it's right, so big. But yeah, 12 minus 8 is going to be 4. So we'll bring that 9 down. So now we have 9. And so now, how many times will 8 go into 49? Well, you know, I know my multiplication. I know 8 times 6 is 48. That's going to be as close as we can get. So 49 minus 48 is 1. And we're going to bring that 6 down to make it 16. And so now, how many times will 8 go into 16? Well, it'll go in twice because that's 16, right? And I'll just do it over here. 16 minus 16 is gonna be 0. So that's it, we're done. 8 times 162 is 1296. And it doesn't matter however long the number is, you just do those rules. Will 8 go into 1? No, it won't, but it will go into 12. You just move that next step over. 8 will go into 12 once, and you just work it out like that. It's pretty simple, I can't lie to you. And so now, we have another work example right here. We have 24, and we're gonna put it into 360. So 24 will not go into 3, it's too big, but it will go into 36 once, which will just be 24. So now 36 minus 24, 6 minus 4 is gonna be 2, 3 minus 2 is 1. We're gonna bring this 0 down right here and see how many times 24 will go into 120, which would be, let's see, I think it's gonna be 9. 120 minus 24 times 9, let's see. Okay, do that. It would be 5. It would be 5, I have my numbers mixed up. 24 times 5 is 120. And so 120 minus 120 is of course 0. 24 times 15 is 360. And like I said, it's just trial and error sometimes. And like I said, I thought it was 9. I added it up, that was not right. So I just scaled back, thought about it, it would be 5. 24 times 15 is 360. 360 divided by 24 is 15.